You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to make a dream come true? The words of Captain Sensible from the song Happy Talk. And NXT has a dream now. He's back. Turned up last week. What can we expect from the dream and the NXT faithful as we are one stop away from Portland? Let's find out together. This is NXT Graded. Roderick Strong comes out like he is on fire. He is furious with Velveteen Dream for besmirching his wife and his child on his pants just last week. Naughty boy. He wants an apology from the Velveteen Dream, but instead he gets a Bronson Reed. And that Bronson Reed, who got beaten up last week by the Undisputed Era, wants a match right now. Seems that Regal has given Bronson the power of book, and the match is underway immediately. Bronson Reed using big boy, big power offense from the very beginning of this match. There's a great bit where Roddy, who has his shirt on for like the first quarter of this match, gets his shirt lifted over his head by Bronson Reed, and Reed just clatters him with forearms into the chest. No, thank you. That looks horrible. Bronson goes up for a frog splash off the top, but Roddy stops him, hits him with a superplex that gets the Full Sail faithful going, please don't die, and holy chocolate emoji, almost simultaneously. Strong's offense is cut off as the lights dip purple. And it looks like Velveteen Dream's going to make his way out, and Strong's waiting for him. Doesn't see a big old dive through the ropes from Bronson. And it looks like Bronson is going to finish off Roddy, chucks him back in the ring, goes up for the frog splash, and eats a big knee from Roderick Strong. Strong makes the cover, 1, 2, 3, and Roddy just scrapes out a win against big old, big, thick Bronson Reed. After that, we see Velveteen Dream appear on the screen wearing the Call Me Up Marina pants, with the wife and the daughter and the Velveteen Dream on the side. And Velveteen Dream reminds Roderick Strong about the attack that took him out all those months ago. And they're making this a very personal rivalry. And Velveteen Dream says that should Roderick Strong not be able to be there for his wife, then Velveteen will be there to make her dreams come true. Oh, naughty. Roderick Strong then runs to the back, looking for Velveteen Dream, presumably to rip his tights off and smack him in the face. Opening segment for me gets an A-. Really enjoyed this. Good match between Bronson Reed and Roderick Strong, and some great back and forth between Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong. It feels like the Rick Rude, Jake Roberts feud of old, but with the roles reversed. I liked it. We get the first Cruiserweight vignette of the night, in which Matt Riddle suggests a road trip to Portland. Shots of them driving together, some chatter about driving on the wrong side of the road. The trophy is in the back. Riddle constantly referring to the Cruiserweights as a threesome, which I thought was quite fun. Then they get pulled over by the police. Cue Matt Riddle sweating, seeing the lights in the car. Like what you did there. Turns out none of them can drive, so they have to now find another way to get to Portland. I'm going to grade all of these segments at the end. There's a couple coming tonight. I'm going to grade them all at the end and talk through my thoughts on them at the very end. Cool? Cool. Dakota Kai versus Candice LeRae is up next. Kai is still very much workshopping the heel look, it feels like. I'm really enjoying Dakota Kai as a heel. I didn't know whether it would work, but she is really tapping into that mean streak, and it's wonderful. This match starts off big, with Candice LeRae hitting, I think, 1 billion suicide dives to the outside onto Dakota Kai. Kai manages to get a cheeky kick in, and she takes over on the offense on Candice LeRae for a little while, but Candice hits a modified suplex and then goes for the Gargano escape. She's got Kai in the Gargano escape for ages, but then Dakota quickly turns it into a roll-up for a cheeky 1, 2, 3 and the win. Candice is chasing Kai around the outside after this, looking to get a little bit of rewenge. Kai grabs the ring bell and just clocks Candice with the bell into the guts. There it is. And as Dakota Kai stands there looking all evil, here comes Tegan Nox. And Kai looks like she's seen a ghost. And Knox gets some swipes in, security separate them. They struggle to keep them both apart. Well, it's not keep them both apart, it's more keep Knox away from Kai. Kai's happy to take a powder. Great way to build to Sunday for these two. This is a B+. I enjoyed the LeRae match, and I enjoyed the bit afterwards where it's clear that Dakota Kai is your classic chicken poop heel, as she's trying to get away from a very angry Tegan Knox. See you Sunday, guys. Steal the show. I challenge you to steal the show. Johnny Gargano takes on Cameron Grimes next. They had a little bit of a tiff at an NXT live event on Sunday, and that is why we are here. This is also kind of Gargano's tune-up match for Sunday against Finn Balor. Techers to start. Gargano outmaneuvering Cameron Grimes for a lot of this match. Grimes gets some nice offense in when Gargano goes for a slingshot DDT. Grimes deadlifts him back up and smacks him with a lariat. That was very nice. However, Grimes' time on offense doesn't last particularly long, as we see some super kicks thrown by Grimes, and eventually Gargano's able to outmaneuver him, hit a beauty of a head scissors, and lock in the Gargano escape for the quick tap out by Cameron Grimes. Giving this a B+. Really good match between these guys. I feel like they held a little bit back, maybe for future, I don't know. But this is a great way to sort of make a statement about Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny TakeOver. This was a good way to re-establish him going into his match against Balor. We cut to Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne on a lake. And Matt Riddle calls Pete Dunne a silly goose. They pan out to reveal that they're riding a white swan, like the people of the Beltane. Wear your hair long, babe, you can't go wrong. This is where Matt Riddle comes to ponder on a lake, riding around on a swan. And they're pondering how they're going to get to take over Portland. And then Matt Riddle says, oh, light bulb! And they cut away. The Robert Stone brand War Room is where we go next. We find out that next week, Chelsea Green takes on Caden Carter once again. Now, Caden got that cheeky win over Chelsea Green last week. So they've asked for the rematch, and we will see a rebrand of Chelsea Green and the Robert Stone brand next week as well. I like how they've built this loss to be something a little bit different. Like now, whether Chelsea Green's going to come out with a completely different look and completely different hairstyle next week, that remains to be seen. Lio Rush faces Angel Garza next. The winner facing Jordan Devlin for the Cruiserweight title next week on NXT. Angel Garza comes out smiling, thumbs up to the crowd, lets a woman give him a kiss. Is he babyface on NXT, or is he still Smuggy McSmuggerton of Smugville? Smug bad guy. He was definitely a face on NXT, wasn't he? And is he just... yeah. This felt... I think in the initial stages, when you're watching it, this felt like he was a face. But as the match would wear on, we'll find out that he is very much a naughty boy. Angel Garza, at one point, grabs Lio Rush, drives him into the stairs, and then drives him over the guardrail and just leathers him over the guardrail. Oh, it was immense. As always, though, Lio Rush and Angel Garza just light the place up. They've got such wonderful chemistry together. Great ace crusher from the top rope by Lio Rush. And we see the desperation as Rush goes for the pin, but Angel Garza sort of instinctively rolls to the outside, so he can't be pinned. End of the match comes with Garza going for the wing clipper, and Lio Rush has had this move on him several times before. He's finally figured out the code, rolls through, cheeky roll up, 1, 2, 3, and Lio Rush is the #1 contender for the NXT Cruiserweight title. As he heads up the ramp, he's met by Jordan Devlin, who warns him to never bet on an ace. Ooh. A- for me. This was a cracker of a match. These two have phenomenal chemistry, and it was the right result as well. Angel Garza has stuff going on Monday Night Raw right now, so he can go away and do that. Lio Rush, I think, will make magic with Jordan Devlin next week. I'm enjoying the rise of Devlin. And I want to see what these two do together next week. It could be an A+. We will find out next week. But this is easily, so far, the best match of the night. We now have a video featuring Mark Henry, who is talking about the giants of professional wrestling. And he gives big props to two in particular, Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic. He says that they're going to do stuff that's going to redefine being a big man in WWE with the North American Championship on the line at TakeOver Portland. This was such a great use of Hall of Famer Mark Henry. Like they've been great lately, WWE, using their legend guys. Steve Austin doing the voiceover bit for the Royal Rumble the other week. Mark Henry here talking about like the toll of being the big man in WWE, and just giving so many props to Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic. Made this feel special. Makes it feel like this Sunday we're going to see something that's going to evolve an entire style. Mark Henry was great here. I really love the way they built this. Bianca Belair takes on Santana Garrett now, and this is just Bianca Belair letting off some steam. Batters Garrett. Absolutely batters her. KOD, 1, 2, 3, done. Belair gets on the mic and she's accusing Rhea Ripley of thinking she's invisible. This brings out Ripley, who says, I'm not looking past you, I'm looking right at you. And at TakeOver Portland, I'm going to go right through you. Cue a brawl, and cue Rhea Ripley getting smacked with the KOD from Bianca Belair. Belair on top as we go into TakeOver Portland. B+ from me. It's a lot of B+ this week, isn't it? Very lot of B+. I feel like a writer writing the WrestleMania 30 feud for Daniel Bryan. B+ this week for these guys. I enjoyed the fire and the passion of Bianca Belair, especially over the last couple of weeks, and the fact that she is now very much the wild card, the red herring almost, in this road to WrestleMania for Rhea Ripley. It's difficult when there is a marquee match for WrestleMania that you want to see and feels like has to happen, but you've got like a couple of months to get there, and you've got title matches between there, and you have to make them feel important. It's a tough balance to get, and I think that Bianca Belair has been really strong as potentially a spoiler for WrestleMania. Final Broserweight segment of the night. Matt Riddle has sorted them out a private jet. As it happens, he says, come on Pete, let's get the trophy in the boot. Pete Dunne takes umbrage with the way that Matt Riddle's saying boot. They then go towards the jet. They put the trophy in the boot. Pete Dunne's leading it in. And then Riddle quickly shoves the trophy and Pete Dunne into the boot of the jet, shuts the door. And then we find out it's Triple H's private jet. And the jet flies off into the distance with Matt Riddle saying, we're going to Portland, bro. End the segments tonight. B. All these segments for me were a B. I like the innovation of them. I did. I like the innovation of them. I like it was something a little bit different. But, oh man, you're going to hate me. And I don't, it just felt really contrived. And I know that was the point. It was meant to be sort of silly buggers. I know that, but it just felt, and it also felt really scripted. Like, it felt very heavily scripted. Like, I love Pete Dunne. I don't think he's the most natural in these segments. But I know that's part of the joke. But still, I guess you assumed I'd give this an A+ because it's wrestling being inherently nonsense. And yeah, there's a lot of it that I thought is inherently nonsense. But there's also part of it where, I don't know, that one earlier on where Matt Riddle said, oh, you're a silly goose, pans out to them riding a swan. It's a meta joke, I guess. The funniest part for me was in the first one with Matt Riddle seeing the blue lights in the mirror and just starting to sweat like he's about to get pulled over, and he's just checking, oh, I'll do the talking, it's fine. That was quite a funny bit. But for me, it didn't completely land. I like the innovation of a segment like this. I like the idea of a segment like this. I like the Broserweights. I couldn't completely fall in love with this. I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to be polite and give it a B. I'm sure you'll have your opinions on it in the comments as well. And I'd like to hear them, actually, because I don't know whether I missed something in translation, or whether you agree, or whether I've been too nice giving it a B. I'd like to know in the comments. Also, are my hands small? Let's not talk about that today. From that, we go to Tommaso Ciampa, who is in the same room where back about a year or so ago, he handed over his NXT championship. He forfeited the belt, and he's in this room cutting this fiery promo for Adam Cole and saying that maybe he's the guy that's going to end Adam Cole's reign. He's going to be the guy that takes the belt to NXT Tampa Bay at WrestleMania weekend. He then says there's nothing more dangerous. A man is most dangerous, rather, when he has nothing to lose. And he's going to look into his eyes, is Adam Cole, and he's going to see how true that is. Compare the thing we saw with Riddle and Dunn to this, and it's night and day. This is a very believable, very impassioned promo. And I don't want like Riddle and Dunn to do angry promos forever, because that doesn't suit them. But this is where Ciampa was in his element and he was doing a bit that suited his style, and I enjoyed it. Main event o'clock, and as a result of being battered by the Undisputed Era last week, Kushida is out for revenge against Adam Cole in a non-title match. This starts off really strong for Kushida. Actually, most of this match seems to be Kushida. The odd bit of offense from Adam Cole, big long headlock bit in the middle, but this feels a lot like a showcase for Kushida. End of the match comes when Kushida hits a Pele kick, he hits some short shin kicks, looks for a springboard, but gets a super kick in the back of the head by Cole, quickly followed by a last shot for the 1-2-3, and Adam Cole picks up a win over Kushida. As he's celebrating, Ciampa walks out, walks around the ring, gets onto the apron, all the while not taking his eyes off Adam Cole's belt, off Goldie. Gets in the ring, and they stare at each other. And the last thing we hear is Ciampa looking dead at Cole and saying, "At NXT TakeOver Portland, I take my life back." And Adam Cole says, "Over my dead body." Whoo, powerful. A- for this bit. I thought the match was good. It very much again felt like it was two people holding back, presumably for future matches, but it was still great. And then the bit at the end was just the right note to end on for TakeOver Portland. They've teased the Cole Ciampa match now just about enough. I'm ready to see it become a thing now, and it will do this Sunday. NXT this week for me is a B+. Not the greatest show they've ever done, but it sets the stall nicely for TakeOver Portland and for NXT in weeks to come. We've got Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong next week on NXT TV, as well as the Cruiserweight title match. But we've got Portland before then, and I'll be back here on Monday to do NXT TakeOver Portland Graded. We'll go through it all then. And if I don't speak to you before then, just remember, swans and geese are different animals. It's worth knowing. Love you, bye. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.